Hey, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, the X Avier Files. I forgot to say that in the last video as far as, the name of the channel and all that. But today's topic, I guess, is gonna be brief, long, who knows? I'm really freeballing it with this one. My friend Io earlier gave me the idea to touch on the subject of current events, specifically like the state of the world and all that. And, they were telling me how upsetting, recent news was, particularly with Trump and all of his shenanigans and AI, DeepSeek, the new competition for like OpenAI. When it comes to world news, really just news in general, I tend to keep one foot in, one foot out, mainly because I've learned that a lot of the news that is put out there, mostly mainstream, is meant to trigger some type of response out of you. And you can believe that if you want to, but it's just, what I've learned from my experiences. And in my opinion, most of mainstream news, at least in America, or at least speaking on America, is kind of propaganda, but that's neither here nor there, so let's just call it a conspiracy. But it made me think about how, like, back when Trump won in November, I was hearing stories about people committing suicide because they heard that Trump won. And while it wasn't the ideal outcome for a lot of people, it is just sad to hear that, like, just for some people, just certain events occurring is just like so mentally draining, triggering. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just sad to hear about. And really what I want to touch on today, as far as the state of the world and really how we react to it, is I tend to see a lot of people giving, I wouldn't necessarily say giving away their power to said news, but it's like some people will see one thing, even if it's only from like one news source, and just kind of run with it as fact, which isn't inherently wrong, but to me what is wrong is not really doing the due diligence to actually Okay, sorry for the cut. I'm not gonna lie, I legit spaced out in the middle of me talking. Like, I legit forgot where I left off, or like the last few words I even said. And I would go back and look at the recording, but I can't. I guess to continue on, I think people moving forward, especially with the outcome of this election, need to look inward. And what I mean by that is really just kind of taking the time to remind yourself that everything is gonna be okay. And that's all we really can do, Just stay optimistic. That's the spice of life, really. I think when we let the news upset us to the point where like we're depressed or like we see no hope for the future, then we've already lost at that point as far as change or potential change even. Because recently I've kind of, I guess, thought to myself like, people try so hard to, change certain laws, movements, what have you. But I've found with politics, the average person is very disconnected in the sense that they may be informed, but they're not involved. Meaning like, like local politics and stuff like that, like, I don't know. I hope you get what I mean. With that being said though, I believe that moving forward, people should, along with looking inward, also look outward and really build community with the people around them, or even, people online. In today's day and age of the internet, communication is as easy as it's ever been. And with that being said, I've noticed that a lot of people, despite having such easy access to one another, are kind of closed off and isolated and, keep to themselves. I know for me, I was definitely guilty of this for a while, but, over time I've definitely gotten better. But over this past month in particular, I've really had an epiphany, if you will, and really said enough is enough. And I made the promise to myself to really socialize more, reach out to people more, actually be there for people. Because if you know me and we happen to not have spoken in however long, don't think I've forgotten about you, because I think about people from my past all the time, especially growing up in PG and moving to just moving across the county up until middle school, or no, elementary school. I met so many people, and all those people have stuck with me one way or another. And just the thought of that makes me want to eventually get to a point where I am, I guess you could say, like an olive branch between people. Like the people I've met in college and will continue to meet in college, I plan and hope to eventually introduce them to people just outside of college, or again people from my past who I do want to reconnect with. And I'm trying to really build a sense of community. And it really starts with you, just taking the first step to actually reach out to people and just get together, even if it's just getting together to read, or getting together to work out or play ball or something. I think, again, moving forward, especially with the current state of the world, community building is going to be more crucial than ever. And I just hope that people actually, get the message and, take the initiative before it's too late. Because especially with the way AI is heading right now, watch my previous video talking briefly about AI. I think people are going to just become more and more isolated with the more our technology advances, with the help of AI, of course. But I think that's a good ending point. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. And hey, if you have any topics, that you want to hear me talk about, or, just hear my opinion on, please feel free to leave a comment, let me know, or, even on Instagram. But with that being said, you all take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys later.